Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that yesterday I had a full pizza, full large extra cheese toppings, extra pepperoni. I ate that whole thing. Tried to save two slices to really. I tried to give myself some sort of, you didn't eat the whole thing. You saved two slices, right? You know what I mean? 30 minutes later, I reached back into didn't even put it in the fridge, just left it out. And ate it. Ate the rest of the two pizzas. And I sat down going, do I really need to order another pizza? That's, I mean, it has nothing to do with today's festivities, ladies and gentlemen, but it kind of does because I'm feeling horrible right now. Like yesterday, it was all fun and games eating that pizza. Today, horrible. I feel horrible. Acid reflux, bad indigestion, heartburn, diarrhea. Wasn't really diarrhea. Actually, I ate the whole pizza, extra cheese, and I had 2 liters of milk to wash it down. So there's so much dairy that I had to manually push out a shit this morning. I pushed it out, right? This shit that I had, and it was it hurt, it hurt, but it was a no wiper. It was one of those no wipers. Uh, yeah, it hurt so, and it's funny because I ate that pizza, right? That was a snack. I had eggs and bacon for breakfast. Had a nice, maybe I had a protein bar after the gym. Then I had a steak for dinner. So I had like eggs and bacon for breakfast, steak for dinner, little snack for the lunch. And then I was like, you know what? Late night, should I get some chips? Let's order a pizza, a full ass pizza, and ate it. Ate the whole thing. Horrible. I'm feeling horrible right now, so I don't know. That's probably gonna affect me. It's like I got slowed down move. I got -2 movement for the rest of the rest of the today and tomorrow, which sucks because it's Thanksgiving, people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. It's Canadian Thanksgiving, right? Canadian Thanksgiving's a little different than American Thanksgiving for some reason. Both America and U.S. decided to feel bad for the natives on separate months. You know what I mean? The Canadians are like, all right, we'll get ours out of the way, and the Americans seen over the border, they're like, oh shit, they're having a nice little party. Okay, wait a little bit, guys. Don't be don't follow in their footsteps to make it too obvious. Get it? You know what I mean? Ours is in October, theirs is in November. It's funny, man. A lot of people, are thankful for things. Me, I have nothing. I'm too angry. I'm too angry because I ate a pizza last night. I'm pissed off because this Epstein list, right? This thing, this list. By the way, we're looking at it, right? It's like Santa's list. It's we're not too sure it even exists yet. It's funny, man, because like Donald Trump has been saying multiple times about random like he's like, all right, guys, Harriet, we're gonna find out Harriet Tubman's, what happened to Harriet Tubman, and we're gonna get her ID or whatever, and we're gonna get to the bottom of who killed Harriet Tubman, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? All right, guys, we're gonna, you know what? There's aliens and asteroids coming down to Earth, and people are like, what about the list? And they're like, what list? Huh? Where? Aliens over there. Aliens up in the sky. Guys, watch out. At this point, it's never gonna happen. There's talks about how Trump is going to free Ghislaine, which is crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard, right? Ghislaine, the one person that's actually doing time, the one person out of all this conspiracy, this weird thing, this giant sex trafficking thing. He's like, we're gonna free Diddy, we're gonna free Ghislaine, which it's like, man, these people take for crimes against minors, right? You know, people all around the world can, like, this is one thing where it's like, hey man, that person's out there touching kids, and it's like, I stabbed him to death, and people go like, oh, well, what you did was wrong, but we all understand. Everyone kind of understands. It's like, yo, this guy was like sexually abusing my child, so I fucking threw a rope around his neck and hung him from the side of my building, right? You're like, holy shit, that's psychotic. In any other case, right? This guy kidnapped my kid and he was, you know, holding him for ransom. Well, I just fucking went John Wick on the motherfucker. Like, all right, no, you shouldn't have done that. I mean, he kidnapped him. Did he touch the kids? No, he didn't touch the kids. No, kids was fine. Yeah, kids was fine. Okay, why'd you murder him then, buddy? It's one of those things where it's like universally respected to just be, you know, we're expected, sorry, to just beat the shit out of pedophiles, right? But unless they're fucking billionaires, for whatever reason, you know, everyone's sitting back like Sergeant Doakes, like, now if only the people that are holding on to the information and control the media release, it's like there's something suspicious going on. How is it that there's multiple people photoed with Epstein, multiple people, the flight logs have to have been there, and yet no one truly is in jail for committing some of the most heinous acts on that island? And it's like, man, is it possible that they go, well, it was on an island over international waters, and the island isn't governed by any one particular jurisdiction? Like, at least, you know what, I would buy that, because that'd be a thing that they could. And I'm not trying to protect these fucking pedophiles or anything, but there should be something that they should, like, back in the day they used to just lie to us. Now they just don't even acknowledge. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, sir, the Epstein list. Where's that? No idea what you're talking about, kid. I really is that Einstein? Hepstein? I don't know. I took my pills. I don't have no Hepsteinitis. And it's just on to the next one, right? By the way we're going with, like, the American presidency, and as well as every other, because everyone takes a little bit of showmanship from fucking bullshit American politics, but they always just fucking get dumber and dumber. It's I don't know if it's on a national level of, like, everybody's just consistently getting dumber. I don't know if it's the fact that it's some sort of brainwashing technique. But here's the thing. Back in the day, I used to look at, like, shows, like TV shows used to be good. But now, I guess, no, it's not that I'm getting older. There's far and few between shows that are actually genuinely good and have good characters, structures, and you know, like, it sucks that the the thing that represents most men is just a guy in tights on WWE. You know what I mean? Like, I saw a guy in a cage fighting, and you're like, that's a man. That's someone who I want to be. A guy that, you know, some guy was talking shit about my wife, so I went in the ring and I slapped the shit out of him, right? You don't get that a lot in any kind of characters anymore. Like, nowadays, it's the bitchification, I like to call it, the bitchification of men. We're getting constantly told that just being a bitch or a pussy is like with the good. It's good for greater society, right? And it's like, yo, I see violence in every animal. Bro, you could go out to the go out to the park, infiltrate a group of pigeons, toss some bread to the pigeons will start beaking, start biting or nipping at each other for that bread, right? It's violent. It's a dog eat dog world out there. You know what I mean? You put one piece of meat down, the dogs are gonna fight over that piece of meat, right? But in reality, in this weird matrix that we have, where we've written all these laws and everything, and people go like, so why did you commit acts of violence? And you're like, dude, I was starving in the streets because that fucking that same bag of groceries that costed $100 yesterday now costs $250, and I can't afford that because wages have not gone up since the 70s. Everything that if in a year inflation goes up by 7% and your raise is only 2.3%, you've actually just got a pay decrease, because everything costs go up. Everyday costs go up faster than what the corporations are willing to charge you, and the only thing that really is getting paid is the guys that own the company, right? Which is crazy, because we're being walked into this weird thing where eventually normal citizens like you and I are gonna have to say, I'm not going to work, right? It's eventually no point in working. Government, give me a handout. Yeah, give me the same amount of money I was working for, because I know you guys got it. You guys just give out checks to everything, every day to just random shit. It's the no point in working check, because at a certain point, there's no point in going every day to work, right? I can't commute there. I can't afford it. I can't afford to buy lunch on my lunch break. I can't afford to do shit. So I might as well stay home, not spend any money, and collect a check, right? Sell my car, right? Live in a van. Sell my home. Live in a van. And cross the border every time the fucking government comes looking after me for unpaid debts, right? Eventually, I don't know, they're gonna have to do something, man. Like, they're gonna have to, like, if you're at you spend 40 years in debt for thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan, they might actually have to just start rounding people up, right? Like on some Squid Games type shit. Like, you owe this amount of money, you're never gonna pay it, right? It's impossible. I know guys that are on welfare that owe the government like 15 to 20 grand, right? And they racked that up during COVID. When COVID, they said, hey guys, it's COVID season, don't do anything. But you know what, if you want, you can sign up. We're giving out $2,000 checks, right? These motherfuckers are getting paid $2 grand a week. They're making $4 grand, and these guys are on welfare. These guys are on welfare making $4 grand a month, and I'm sitting at home working, going like, yo, they're making more money than me, busting my ass doing overtime. Like, I have to do like 3 days of overtime just to fucking make that money, bro, in a 2-week period. And I'm like, yo, that's ridiculous, right? And it gets taxed, so I should have more than that, but I get taxed down to that the same amount of money that guy, all he had to do was sign up for that check, right? So it's like, but that now they have to pay it off. But at a certain point, like, all that debt is just, it's like just saying like, hey man, I'll eventually pay that money back. And you just keep saying, okay, all right, you know what, here's $60, right? You know, that put a dent into you. Call me back in 2 weeks. Here's another $30 or $40, right? This is all I got. You know, I gotta eat, right? And like they never fucking, like, if you owe something, and it's obviously bad to owe. I wouldn't recommend owing anybody anything. But the government and student loans and the taxes, all one conglomerate of the government. If you owe like businesses money, nothing really happens other than they just go, well, your credit's bad. And you're like, well, my credit wouldn't have got me shit anyways because my wages are bad to begin with, right? So you're in this loophole where almost like racking up debt means nothing to you anyways. So you just rack it up and you tell them, and then eventually you just die. You know, you die. You don't have any kids on paper. You might have some kids floating around out there. But it's cheaper to just not, everyone's just a solid lone star person with no family attached, so they can't take your fucking, you know, they can't transfer your debt to your kids or anything like that. And we're living in a weird time, man. We're living in this weird time where all of this being said, all of the all the stuff that you owe, I mean, and then we're getting into this thing where it's like, all right, now they got AI, and they keep saying AI is gonna take over the world, and it's going to be the greatest invention in history, and blah 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 blah. 10 years ago, they said everything's gonna be AI. Everything's gonna be, all the cars use 50% of cars. They make out these things. And Al Gore said that by the year 2025, the rising sea levels are gonna be, all of it. They always say this shit, and I'm always in the back going, bullshit. AI ain't doing shit. The best that they have right now for AI is, the Tesla can these cars can kind of park themselves given the rights, put them in the exact situation on how to parallel park. It'll fucking turn the car all the way to the left, move it to the right, back up to straighten up the wheel, straighten back in, and then turn it all the way to the other side. And then they just slowly back in and parallel park. A parallel park is literally done in 3 steps, and 2 if you're smart enough. And it's just a simple maneuver. And they're like, okay, but we taught a robot that. Now, like, yo. And then that guy that did that guy that told the machine to turn to the left, then straighten out, and then turn back up again, and then turn to the right again, that guy's probably getting his dick sucked to the end till he dies. He's getting blowjobs for life in Silicon Valley for the guy that made the parallel park machine. It's stupid, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Think about it. If you create a car that just goes, right, and then stops when there's something in front of it, you get rewarded by billions of dollars. This is where I think the reason why everyone that's not building some bullshit technological code that says stop on a red light and go when it's green, that guy is making infinite amount of money, and you're stuck building with a hammer and a nail in the car. I don't know if you ever need to nail a hammer a nail into a car, but just for the visuals, you're sitting down nailing a fucking you're hammering a nail into a car, going like, this guy's making hand over fist money, right? And this guy gets paid every hour enough to for my salary for the year, right? And we're stuck. But AI honestly has gotten garbage, right? The best things that I've seen is just videos of AI. They had the fake Epstein videos where he's in a jail cell, and they doctored it to show that somebody's coming into the jail cell. When they had like Michael Jackson, They had, I think, Stone Cold coming in to beat him up. It's funny, AI, but AI, it's gotten good enough. Like that was earlier this year. Now, I've seen AI women's Olympics where it's like washing dishes, and it's like it's in an Olympic field, and um, she's like vacuuming, like, you know what I mean. They're on the track, and it's vacuums, washing the sink and cleaning out the sink and doing the dishes. It was funny, right? But it was actually like I was looking at it like this could be like a skin. It got so good that I couldn't tell that it was a real or not real, right? It was like, other than the fact that it was so ridiculous and someone labeled it AI, like I could have just seen that like they had a couple, but every now and then they'll do something that moves, like the moves are just like this, like they're just very robotic. I think that's the only thing. So like if AI is listening to this, the critique on AI, generated videos, AI generated videos, like a person kind of has a swing to them, right? I don't think you'll ever see like kind of like some guys will just, you know, tweak their shoulder. Elon Musk has that. He has like something wrong with his shoulder. I do have something wrong with my shoulder too. So every now and then I'll just be like, move my neck a little bit, trying to position my shoulder into a more rest state. You know, people, because I think when I watch AI things, the thing that really bugs me the most is that they have just okay, now I'm gonna go like whatever it is, right? There was the Jews in the Olympics clipping coins, the Jew clipping coin contest in the Olympics that I watched, and I was like, this is obviously doctored, because those athletes perform for free. No Jew would ever. There's no Israelis in the Olympics. You know what I mean? They compete, and if they lose, they don't get any. I don't think they get any money. They just get sponsorships and stuff like that. No Jew would ever sign up for not getting money up front. That being said, right? It just looks so like it was like they're just okay, and then they do it, and then they completed the task, and they kind of look to the camera in this weird AI thing, like it was like willing to accept next task, dude, and it just did things. But there's something, I don't know, man. I think people are gonna have to start embracing their flaws. People are gonna have to start embracing their mistakes, because, bro, take drink from water, put it down, you know, go back into podcasting. I don't know, man. There's gonna be a point in time where this AI video shit is gonna get so good that most people are just gonna go, why do I bother making new content, right? Why not just hit that button, dive, you know, have the AI be me? And there's a lot of this science fiction thing that I don't really understand. The problematic, the dilemma, the teleporter dilemma, right? Where you take a teleport machine and it disintegrates everything into you and reanimates you into another city or country or whatever, right? It's like you're over here, you walk into the teleport machine, and it disintegrates all your DNA to a molecular whatever beam, zooms you into this with one little strand of DNA molecule, and then it reanimates you into who you are. And this is the problem is, they say it kills you, and then it recreates a clone of you somewhere else, right? So you're not actually you, but everyone else looks at it and goes, well, that's just him, right? That's just, and I think this is what's gonna get really fucking dicey with AI, because AI can get to a point where you'll be watching you going, that's not me, but everyone else will go, well, that's Jeff, you know what I mean? That's Brandon, that's Sarah, Sarah always flips her hair like that. And you're like, I don't know, I do exactly those things, but I was never in, I don't know, Sarah's from Utah, but she's in the big city in New York, and she's got now a travel blog, right? She's got a travel blog on Instagram, and she's sitting at home in Utah going, I definitely am not, I've never taken, the New York steps down into the fucking subway and gave a homeless man a sandwich. Who the fuck is this? And it's AI, right? We're gonna get to that point where I think the only way you're gonna be the only guy to verify that you are you, right? And generally, the government, as much as the government wants to keep track, right? Oh, the government and the evil machine with the puppets. Go out right now. Don't do it, but just go out and just stalk a guy, right? Now, don't murder him, but stalk a man. Like on some Dexter shit. Stalk the guy and go like, count how many no one's around. I could kill him right now and I could get away with it. Think about, I could, obviously keep your phone at home if you're going to really kill him. If you're going to really kill the guy, make sure you glove up, wrap your hair. I would go with shaving every single strand of hair on your body, including your eyebrows. A lot of people forget about their eyebrows. Those perfect DNA benchmarks. Glove up, wrap the guy in plastic, stab him up, and then transport the body into a large enough river that he just gets carried away. And by the time it's in another city, and they're wondering how the fuck did this guy get here, right? Now, obviously, don't murder. I wouldn't recommend it. But it is pretty, I think it's pretty fucking, like, there's a lot of people going missing. A lot of people that are, and you go, with all this state surveillance government shit, wouldn't you think that the one thing that they'd be able to stop is people getting away with murder? But there's still people, to this day, that are missing, and a lot of it is indigenous women, right? A lot of the land, when they're talking about searching the landfill, they're not talking about searching it for, discarded, ocean batteries. They ain't talking about, checking the recyclables. They're talking about there's a lot of missing indigenous women that end up in these landfills, and the government just kind of, like, I don't know, right? Like cartoonishly, I don't know. Like, you ask them in any kind of conference, and they just kind of, because deep down, there's a weird thing with white, police officers that people just go missing, right? A lot of things just go missing, and then the officer goes, yeah, we picked him up when we were the last people to interact with them, and they were getting a little frisky, and one thing led to another, and now he's just disappeared. And I know what this means, Captain of the Force. I gotta take a few months vacation and uproot my life into a different fucking province, because these people are gonna start asking, where the fuck is their daughter, right? So I have to leave, right? Yeah, and then here's the thing. We'll say what I say is just fictional, but you know damn well people don't just go missing, and there's the guys, and there's the force of the police, the government, right? A rich politician fucking around on vacation orders some, women of the night, and they go missing. And then there's also just psychopaths. The psychopaths, I would have put them all together, though. They're all kind of psychopathic, right? The police, feel justified in what they're doing, so they kind of fuck around. The government, drunk off power, fucks around. And then there's the psychopaths that just generally, like, maybe what I have to say on the podcast is kind of crazy, right? But it's not lurking in the bushes and making sure people disappear crazy. There's a lot of crazies out there. a lot of sick people too, right? And with all this AI technology, you would expect that we can hone in on some of these people, right? Now, it's almost like none of that happens, right? Not almost like nothing with everything that we've known and all the people that are able to hack into like these giant conglomerate you could hack into the government, you could hack into servers, you could hack into someone should just hack into whatever but it's like they had this list, right, of the Epstein list, which is on paper, right off the bat, that's suspicious. Like, what is it, a magical scroll, like Elder Scrolls or some shit? It's just, he just pulls out like, who keeps paper logs on anything nowadays, right? Like, I feel like it's like you do, like when you walk into your office, do you punch a clock, right? Like literally back in the day they called it punching a clock, because it was you had a time card, right? And it was a physical copy. But it's like now you put your fingerprint in, or you tap the app on the phone. But now it's like it's gotten to a weird point where no one cares about like the people that are fucking governing this, right? The people that are running shit, they don't give two shit. I think they deep down just want to go home so that they could watch fucking Instagram all day, right? I think literally guys like Bernie Sanders, Megan McCain, no, who's the AOC, Ted Cruz, JD Vance, all those people that swarm the swamp, right? And Trump too. I bet he just wants to go home and watch old episodes of The Apprentice when he was killing it. I bet he just, top 10. His algorithm on YouTube shorts are top 10 best moments of Trump in The Apprentice, right? I bet like his whole thing is like, I can't wait to watch that time that I was in WWE and I laid the smackdown on fucking Vince McMahon, right? I bet they don't care that much about their day-to-day things. Just like how you going to whatever job you have, right? You go to your job, you do your job, you go, wow, I'd had to do some fucked up shit that day, but oh well. Back onto my phone, and now I'm clicking on buttons. I'm clicking on, and wow, is my endorphins rising, and my dopamine level and the serotonin, it's all flooded with this shit. Because I do the exact same thing too. I go, man, this day was bullshit. I worked my ass off. I had to do some fucked up shit, but it's all for the good name of the company. At the end of the day, they give me that sweet juicy check and I'm happy, and I go, great. And then I go back on my phone and I go, I need to forget about the evil shit I did for the company, right? And it's obviously not we sign up for what we're doing. Everything is just kind of bundled into what we do. It's all part of society. There's that meme, the lion doesn't concern himself with it's lion doesn't concern himself with the day-to-day nonsense that would fucking, that most people, you go to a job to do your job, right? Some people can do it, some people can't handle it, some people get a little frustrated, but at the end of the day, man, I think there's some people's job to just go, what list? That's their job, right? Their job is to, big email notification and their phone, the list doesn't exist, you know what I mean? Pump that out, right? And the news guys have to get on camera and go, guys, I guess this list and everything that we've talked about for the last few months doesn't exist. Apparently they don't have anything. Nothing happened. Nothing ever did happen. You're silly for suggesting that anything happened. It's all part of some weird fever dream that we all had. We all thought something was going. Turns out he was just a guy with an island. right? They didn't even really have friends there. Didn't have anybody there, apparently. Ghislaine's in jail, too, for some bullshit. Donald Trump's probably going to get her out. And, you know, you know, to the weather with fucking Ollie. Ollie with the weather. It's going to rain. Thank you, Ollie. It's beautiful, you know? It's beautiful that they fucking... They can... But that's their job. Their job is... If these people are paying a lot of money for us to tell us the news. The news, right? These news anchors are telling us to tell the news their way. Hey, their way is the news. And the news apparently is there's nothing about this one particular set of details. It's somewhere. It's somewhere balled up in a CEO's trash can, going like, and it's much like the aliens. They're like, if we tell people that, like, generally when people get really rich, that they just tend to fucking hire a bunch of weird, you know, underage women, which is weird. And here's the thing that really bothers me, right? Like, okay, we'll go to Michael Jackson. With Michael Jackson, I wanted to believe that Michael Jackson didn't do anything wrong with these children, right? And then they start talking about they were in the hotel rooms together. Then they started talking about they were in the hotel rooms with only one bed together, right? Like, and then it was like, well, Jackson would sleep on the couch and give the bed to, and you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know if you're the richest person in the world getting, you know, I'd tell the little kid to sleep. The couch for a little kid is a lot more comfortable than a grown man, right? Especially with brittle bones, little bone. Michael Jackson had like a weird bone deficiency where it looked like he wasn't getting enough milk. He needs some milk. Kid needs some, and chocolate milk too. He needs that good nutrients, you know, heavy, dense calories milk. He needs that good milk. The same milk that fucking I pounded back last night. Oh, with the pizza. Honestly, guys, I'm struggling through this. I have to use the washroom again. I'm struggling. It hurts. My stomach is in pain. Right? I now know what it's like to be pregnant. And apparently I have twins today, people. But with Michael Jackson, I feel as though his it's just weird because it's like those kids had parents, right? Now these kids on the island, they all had parents too, and if you have like a 16-year-old daughter, right, you let her off the leash a little bit, I guess. She's 16, but you also go like, hey, you dumb bitch, don't be going out drinking on an island. What the? You'd be like, because if I was a parent, and I would go, wait a minute, honey, wait, what? This guy. You go over to the island, right? Okay, I get that. Yeah, to the beautiful island, some rich prick's island, and all he does is get you to massage his rich buddies for like $400 an hour, and she's like, yeah, that's all we do. I just, you know, lotion them up, massage them. It's all very, you know, it's nothing. It's all above board, Dad. You go. At any point, they never asked you to suck them off. Never a little happy ending. These guys are fucking rich dudes paying you hundreds of dollars an hour to fucking just massage, just for, because you could go to, these niggas are dumb because they're blowing their money. They could have a legitimate hired professional there that's like some Asian girl that's like 40, that's 40-year-old Asian tile, give you a nice Thai massage, and you could probably get a happy ending out of her for an extra 50. All told, you know, you pay her like $300 or $400, and that's for the whole day, right? How the fuck are you making that much money in a couple hours? You know, it just gets to a point, right? That's all I'm saying is there are so many questions for everyone involved that I want, like, I don't even really care that much too about prostitutes. Underage prostitution's different though. Underage is like gets slimy when that sex trafficking thing where it's like the girls coming from like China or like third world countries where they have nothing, and then their thing is, oh well, we just have to have sex with these really rich guys, and we are now like we have money, right? We can eat, right? The option is blow a dude that's in his 50s, an old rich prick, blow it, take one, take a couple dickings, or don't eat because I'm a little East Indian girl that has nothing, right? There has to be something that comes out, like a movie, documentary about like 25 years from now. There's gonna be what really happened on the Epstein Island, right? It'll be like Epstein Island, and sure enough, it'll be directed by like fucking Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson starring Epstein. Mel Gibson playing as Epstein, and he's just a sick fuck. I don't know. There has to be something that comes up where, because the details of like I kind of just I always think the worst though when it comes to like the pedophile shit. I always think it's the worst. Like it's like this is what I think when it's like child sex trafficking. Guys in like Russian gear, right? Speaking Russian, break into the hospital in the infirmary, putting babies in fucking bags of trash, right? Throwing babies inside the bags of trash with a little baby picture. It's not the money symbol on the bag. That's so dumb. Oh man, I can't laugh. It hurts to laugh. Gotta be 10% less funny, Jeff. But it has a little baby symbol on the bag, right? Just throwing a bunch of babies in, and then they throw them in the back of an all black windowless van, you know what I mean? And then they fucking bring it to the boss, and the boss is like fucking, he's like that Russian German guy from fucking Die Hard, where he has that weird fucking bullshit accent. Yes, Mr. McLean. That guy. And he dumps all the babies out on the table, and they're like, this is nice. These make fine sexual... these are fine sex slaves. You know what I mean? Open up the briefcase. It's the Pulp Fiction briefcase from... I think I might be cut. AI might have fucked my brain up. Because I can visualize it, and it's really shitty. And it's all acting very robotic. AI, I've started to dream in AI too, by the way. I've seen so many posts about that. I was like, are they real? Is it fake? That all my shit is now like, in my dream, I just go, this is AI. And I zoom back into reality, and I wake up. Because I just call my dream, it's AI. Bullshit. But it would be a good movie. But that's how I visualize these when they say child sex trafficking. Like I imagine like a guy with like a train, like those trains that, and just a bunch of women in each of those. Every time I'm watching a train, I go, what is the percentage of actual goods and legal shit versus like drugs, fucking over the border women, fucking illegals and shit like that. I'm like, cause like, you can kind of just hop a train, right? Like if you just pop in, like those train things, you could just open the doors if no one's looking, or like the people look the other way kind of thing. Turn off our cameras, get the load in there. It's really easy. Like drugs get into the country somehow, right? There's always drugs and guns, for especially for a state. There's like those ridiculous, like somehow gangsters do get guns from Call of Duty. I don't know how the fuck do they get military grade weapons? Now, every now and then you'll see a motherfucker just with an AK-47 on the res, and you go, how the fuck did you get that, buddy? Where the fuck did you get a Russian rifle back from the fucking Cold War? You know what I mean? Up north, right? You didn't build that yourself. You know what I mean? You didn't know what, no way, no how. You didn't build yourself that, unless AI taught him that and he 3D printed it. I mean, I don't know. It's getting to a point where you could do. I remember back in the day though, they said like, yo, remember 3D printing? Where it's like, yo, you could like 3D print anything, and then people started doing these ghost guns, right? These ghost guns were just 3D printed guns, where they didn't have any kind of serial tag or any kind of thing, which is weird. I never. And then here's also a thing that the government tracks, right? With all the stuff that they track, there's these with printers. There's something I was watching where they're like, every printer prints like a small little note and code of where the printer came from and like the tag and everything. So there's like an ID trace. So everything that you printed off on your own home printer, it has like a yellow ink that's like barely, it's like invisible unless you have the right light on it hitting it. And it's literally that because they don't want people to counterfeit bills. It's just because if you counterfeit bills, they're unmarked bills that come from nowhere and they're unable to trace it, but it's traced back. If it's printed off of those printers, it can be traced down to that guy that's been sold that printer, and they can catch him, right? So the reason why when you want to go print off something on your home printer and it says you're out of yellow ink and you're like, I haven't used yellow ink ever in the history of this fucking printer, how the fuck do I need to buy yellow ink for this shit? Just know that it's every time it's printing some false code fucking, you'll probably never fucking print fake things or anything like that, but if you do, you're already fucked. So that's great to know. But if you ever hop in an island and you go and have sex with all these underage women and you fucking do some shady business deals to avoid taxes with your rich billionaire friends, just know you'll never be caught. You'll never. It feels like it feels like the government's doing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. You know, you're the best, government. Thank you. My little island. My little island with Jeffrey Epstein. We're gonna catch a couple of girls. It's 13. It's so bad, man. It's so bad. It's bad, man. I'm doing anything to forget about my stomach pain, man. My stomach is like, it's so, the extra cheese with nothing but milk there's solids in my stomach. There's solids in there, and it's just grinding. It hurts so bad. I'm gonna end this podcast shortly. There's gonna be nothing. I might even take a week off because depending on how this goes, I might be stuck in the hospital. Right. I might actually disappear. Right. I might disappear for a little bit because of what I was said about that island. Kanye West said, "Why the fuck would you go to that island? Why the fuck would you go to that island?" You know, some niggas that went to that island. But I'm not gonna tell you guys. it's we all know who kind of went to that island. But like, it's like we gotta get more proof. I gotta go, guys. That's been a weekend show. I just like and subscribe. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh, it's coming. Wait a minute. Gotta get the plugs out first. Promotion. Check it out. The medium pill. Medium pill. Medium pill. Available Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, Apple Music. We're doing great numbers on Spotify. actually really good. I've hit an all-time monthly listener high with 0 promotion. It's all organic views, guys. Ooh. Holy fuck. Okay, yeah, Mediumjay, Cash Leaders. Cash Leaders has a set of music, and Mediumjay has a set of music. But also on YouTube, you can check out Ops the Mixtape Volumes 1 through 12 right now. Get them while they're hot. A bundle, but wait, there's more. There's also all of those mixtapes that I've done on my YouTube, The Real Mediumjay, as well as the videos on Cash Leaders. We have a whole lot of stuff. I think I was gonna do the COD campaign on Twitch. Not gonna game that anymore. I got back into Destiny. I gave up on COD. The new COD kind of sucked. I did not like it, so I don't want to support Call of Duty anymore. Also, the campaign was trash. After you prestige 10, the game is fucking. Once you get to the prestige, I go, this game. It's like there's nothing else. You get to prestige 10, and then it's like now you get to go to level 1,000. And I go, I don't care that much about getting. There's some people that are already at a level 1,000, right? Which is crazy to do in within a year, because they released that new COD Black Ops 6 last year. So I'll be gaming Destiny more, liking the new stuff that they have. Other than that, yeah, I took a break on Instagram. Oh, it's coming back. Shit. God damn, son of a bitch. I stopped doing Instagram and Facebook. Every now and then I might just post once a week on just some bullshit. But it's like I hop in, download the stuff, look at literally all my messages and things, and realize it's all just bots. My buddies are just bots. My friends that share memes, you guys are bots. It's like, yo, back in the day, they used to talk to people. Every time I got a message, it used to be something. Now it's just someone else's what they've watched for the day, right? You watch something in a day, and you go, "Oh, I'm gonna send that to that guy because that guy's gonna like that." And it's like we've got rid of our hunter gatherer mentality in real life, and it's like digitally. I've rounded up all of the best videos I've seen, and I sent it to my buddy. And that means nothing. This means nothing, but for whatever reason, it clicks that same part of your brain where you used to, hunt a caribou or a deer, and you bring back the deer to the city, and your people are eating. You bring it back to the little town square, and you gut them down, and you go, guys, we're eating for a week now. We're good, right? We're not. Remember what the fuck? Hey, Larry, what the fuck were you gonna do? Come next week, right? I got fucking meat for you, right? Boom, here's some meat. That same thing, What the fuck are we gonna watch in the next 5 seconds, you loser? Boom, here's a stupid ass video that makes you forget about your mundane existence for a little bit. That's been the weekend show with Mediumjay. I got a shit. Make sure you check out the music, the Cash Leaders and Mediumjay. It's still just me. Make sure you. Actually, you know what? Make sure you have fun, right? It always ends. Also, I'm not gonna do any ads. There's not gonna be any ads. I just signed a deal, right? I just signed a deal where I'm like, I'm never gonna have ads. It's perpetuous. It's no ads ever in this podcast. I'm not gonna be influenced by anything. So I'll say fuck Tommy Hilfiger. Oh wait, I'm wearing Tommy Hilfiger, but fuck that nigga. I'm wearing a Playboy hat, but the motherfucking Playboy stopped doing magazines, bro. Which I get it. It's all Instagram. They like we stopped doing magazines to focus on Instagram, and then they have very they're just posting pictures on Instagram, which is funny. But it's crazy that everybody is like everybody has a brand, right? This is what I don't like about Instagram or your social media in general. Because they finessed us into like having a brand, right? Like, what are you and your brand do? And it's just Susan in high school, right? It's just a girl in high school, and she's got her brand, and she's like it'd be weird as fuck growing up nowadays, and you go like, Becky, bro, that's the hot chick, and like, yo, she's got like 10,000 followers on Instagram, and like, yo. They're thinking about making her new Oreos like Selena Gomez. You know, remember Selena Gomez? She's got her like velvet cake Oreos. Well, Oreo's partnering up with whatever her name is, Becky. She's got her own Oreos. It's gonna be Thin Mint Oreos or some shit. It's crazy. I think, and she's just a hot chick taking pictures in your school. That's gotta be weird, man. Right? She's branded with, she's partnered up with, with ZipRecruiter. And she's young, she's still in high school, she can't get a job. But she's telling everybody, if you want, GoDaddy.com to license your next website, to open up your website. It's Squarespace. For me, I think it's all bullshit. All of these companies are not real. Right, all of them are, I mean, they're real in the sense that they exist and everything like that. But like the branding of people's, the companies, like, I just don't see how, if I'm selling somebody's product, I don't think it's real in terms of money, right? Like, it's real in terms of like, all right, I get a bunch of guys to buy. Like, I would rather have people listen. Anything that you want to do it. Anything that you want to buy it. Hell, if you out there and you're listening to this podcast while committing murders and doing heinous acts on children in secluded islands, I would look at, the laws, obviously, and go, that's bad. But secretly, deep down, when I turn this podcast off, I go, I'm glad he's listening. That's been the weekend. That's been the weekend show with Mediumjay. Make sure, whether you're going to work in 9 to 5, or you're fucking... I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I actually don't have to shit anymore. We're gonna go for another 30. We're gonna bust out another 30. I lost it, Jerry. I lost it. Can't do it anymore, Jerry. But whether you're working a 9 to 5 or you're fucking chicks that are 5 to 9, either way, just make sure you like and subscribe. That's it. Like and subscribe. That's it. I love you. You're the best.